I would recommend Studyiq mock interview very highly, and the experience was very good. The arrangement of the institute and the coordination of the faculty members, they were really good.
Yes, it was a good experience and I recommend it to others as well.
I will highly recommend everyone who is preparing for civil service, especially for interview.
My overall experience was very nice. I would highly recommend people to give mocks here.
The quality of board members were very good. So yes, I will definitely recommend it.
Definitely the interview experience was very good.
It was an overall nice experience, and yes, I would be recommending it to others as well.
Yes, ma'am, certainly.
Yes, I would recommend.
I would definitely recommend.
Yes, I would definitely.
I will recommend you highly that you should have once a conversation in Studyiq as well.
Please come in.
Good afternoon, sirs. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Divyanshi. Please take a seat. Divyanshi, could we have a brief introduction?
My name is Divyanshi Pandey. I hail from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. I have done my graduation from Government Holkar Science College, and I take keen interest in upcycling as well as singing Bollywood songs.
What exactly do you do with upcycling?
So in upcycling, I make products I use waste products and give them a new look, maybe aesthetically and maybe functionally.
Also commercially?
No, sir, I have not done it commercially yet.
Okay. So Divyanshi, with this kind of a background, you've done your BSc. What drives you to the civil services?
Sir,
what's the motivation?
Yes, sir. For civil services, my motivation comes from the fact that I was myself a beneficiary of government scholarship and government aid, and I think that it has done a lot of, it was a very major factor that I came till in this journey. So I think that I want to be part of this implementation process. That's why I want to join civil services.
And you belong to Indore. Is Indore part of the Smart Cities project? So what would you say is a smart city?
So smart city is a city which a smart city is a city which has the latest technologies, latest amenities for people and for a good quality of life. Also it is sustainable. So I think it is the smart city.
Right. Now, have you heard of the concept of rule of law? Can you articulate it for me?
Sir, rule of law means that law is supreme. Whatever be the circumstances, law should be followed. This is the concept of rule of law.
Anything else? You are right, law is supreme. But beyond that, there are two other features of the rule of law.
Sorry, sir, I have to read on it.
Right. Have you heard of this concept of food security?
Yes, sir.
What does it denote?
So food security is that we have that self-sufficiency and sufficiency in the food production. Like for a country, a food security is self-sufficiency in food production. As a person, food security is majorly related to nutrients, like nutrient and food security both are related to a person.
And how exactly, what are the attributes? I will give you one aspect. One is the availability of food. Then beyond that, what else?
So accessibility of food also. Accessibility of food, like we have done in NFSA, National Food Security Act, for accessibility. Affordability, yes sir, affordability of food.
Very good. So, as a country, do you think we have achieved food security?
Sir, I think to a certain extent we have achieved food security. Like we have seen that under our National Food Security Program, we cover 67% of our population, and even in PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, we also go for free ration to people. So I think to some extent we have achieved it, but there is still a lot to do.
Thank you. Thank you, Divyanshi.
So from food security, I will take you to your Sudama Nagar. Now, who was Sudama?
So Sudama was friend of Sri Krishna.
A friend or classmate or what?
Yes, sir. They were studying. They had the studies together, but he was also friend of Sri Krishna.
That's okay. So he was his classmate. Who was the guru?
So I'm not aware of the guru.
Sandeep.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, You know, that was a system which was prevailing in those days, Gurukul. So the Guru will be there and all the Shishyas will be sitting there and taking instruction from the Guru. Okay. Now there are some people in our country who want us to go back to that kind of a system. So what is your take on that?
So I think that the Gurukul system, the discipline that taught to at that time, so it was a very good thing that we can implement now. But now things have evolved differently. Like we use technology and we use schools such as institutions. So I think integration of both can be done. But going back to that whole system, I think is not feasible in present times.
Was Gurukul a secular kind of arrangement or system or something out? Or it was confined to a certain segments in the society?
Sir, I am not exactly sure. Can I take a guess? Sir, I think that it was for the, I think it for ruler class, like we have seen in Mahabharata, that it was for Pandavas, the Gurukul, but I am not sure exactly, sir.
Okay. Then your college is called, what is it, Ahilya Mahavidyalaya or something like that?
Government Holkar Science College.
Ahilya Mahavidyalaya.
Yes, sir. It's university. Yes, sir.
Who was Ahilya?
So she was queen of Indore, Ahilya, Rani Ahilya Bai.
But if you go back to the mythology, do you find Ahilya somewhere in one of our epics?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it.
No?
No, sir.
Have you read Ramayana?
Yes, sir. I have not read it, but I have seen it.
Seen it? Seen
Yes,
the cover
sir.
of it? All right.
Sir, I've seen it on television, but not not read it.
That is a very interesting thing. So Ahilya is a character in Ramayana. Since you have not read it, no question, there's no point in asking you the context in which Ahilya appears in the Ramayana and all that. Leave it. Then, what is the basic orientation of India's foreign policy?
In present times, India is following a policy of multi-alignment as well as strategic autonomy, in which we say that anything which is in our national interest, we will go by that.
What is the difference between non-alignment and multi-alignment?
So non-alignment was majorly in the time of Cold War, when we had two superpowers, US and USSR. So we kept our third or middle way, that we will not align with any of them. But multi-alignments is concerned with our relation with all the nations, with all nations differently. Like we follow de-hyphenation in case of Israel and Palestine. So I think multi-alignment is aligning with all and at the same time aligning with not anyone.
So, when we were practicing non-alignment, we didn't have relationship with all the countries? Or?
So, we had relationship, but we were not aligned to someone, like we will follow their path always.
But
this
which
is
country
the
are we aligned to now?
Exactly, we are not aligned to any country.
But then you were talking about multi-alignment. What exactly is the concept?
So, concept is that we will not align with anyone. We have our own national interest and we'll go by our way.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all.
Hello Divyanshi. I really like the sari that you are wearing. Can you tell me what fabric is this and which state does this sari come from?
Yes, ma'am. This sari is from Madhya Pradesh only. It is a Maheshwari sari and it is of a cotton and silk mixed fabric.
So which season is most suitable to wear Maheshwari?
We can wear it in any season, but cotton, as it is involved cotton, so in summer we can wear it more suitably.
You said cotton and silk both. So what is more, cotton or silk?
I am not sure about the exact proportion, ma'am.
Okay, okay. What is the meaning of your name, Divyanshi?
Ma'am, Divyanshi means a part of divine power.
And how is your name related to the name of your father?
I don't know exactly the relation, but my father was one who gave me this name, Divyanshi.
But your father's name is Harish.
Yes.
So what would be the meaning of Harish?
I'm not sure about the meaning, ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll give you a statement. Try and tell me the source of this statement and what do you understand by it, okay? Since war begins in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defenses of peace should be constructed. Since you're a student of PSIR, what would be the source of this statement?
Sorry ma'am, I'm not exactly recalling the exact source. But as far as this statement is concerned, that the war, we as a human, we are our minds and the way we used to make a narrative, the war is the reason of that thing. So I think that the defense or the how to stop a war, it should also come from men's end. This is this statement. I'm not sure about the source, that's why I was not able to
Why
decode
is it only men?
Yeah ma'am, because our political science, we say that this political, almost the political theory is mainly masculine or men-centric. That's why we call it men. And as many of the political scholars of feminism have pointed out that political theory has been masculine. That's why we call it men.
What is eco-brick? Since you have keen interest in upcycling, what do you understand by eco-bricks?
Ma'am, eco-bricks are eco-friendly bricks which are made from materials which are mainly sustainable in the sense. I'm not sure exactly about the content of the eco-bricks.
But are you sure that these are made up of sustainable materials?
No ma'am, I'm not sure.
All right. What do you understand by public sphere?
Public sphere is like any civil society or any common man in the country, then we call it a public sphere. Not exactly sure of the definition.
No, it's a concept in political science.
Sorry ma'am, I have to read upon it.
What would be the difference between hobby, recreation and leisure?
Leisure is something when we don't want to actually do something. Leisure is that period of time. Hobby is that we do out of some interest. Recreation can be that we used to participate in recreational activities when we want to do something out of the box and we don't want to make it a part of our daily life. So recreation can be that thing.
So is upcycling your hobby or is it recreation?
Ma'am, I pursue it as a hobby because whenever I feel that I'm free and I want to take something, so I do upcycling. So it is my hobby.
So you come from Madhya Pradesh. Two social issues of Madhya Pradesh which would form your priority if you get into the administrative services.
Ma'am, first one would be the infant mortality rate and mother mortality rate, MMR and IMR, because these are very high in Madhya Pradesh as compared to the national average. So first thing will be this. And second is tribal development. As we have seen that 21% of population in Madhya Pradesh is tribal, but still there is a lot to do with respect to socio-economic indicators with tribes.
So these two will be. Lot to do. What new would you do? We already have schemes, many schemes in place to help these two social issues. What new would you bring to the table?
As far as health sector is concerned, we have seen that there are ASHA workers who are working a lot in this field, but I think that these all ASHA workers are female. I would like to start the male ASHA workers also, because they would also contribute in the encouraging and creating awareness in men in the tribal areas also. So this can be one thing which I can do. And another is I would use upcycling, my hobby, as a thing in administration, because it will generate a lot of employment for rural women. So I can do this, like making SHGs for any upcycling kind of products. So these two I can think of right now.
You say that you like singing Bollywood songs. These days we see a trend of reprise music. Are you aware of this trend?
Ma'am, is it that remake of old Bollywood songs?
So what is your opinion on that? Is this good? Is this bad? Is it doing harm to the sort of music and the heritage that we have in music?
I would not say that it is doing harm, but as far as that originality of our old songs is concerned, many people say that these remixes are kind of changing that song's originality. So I think that this is a case, but also they are bringing those songs in place for newer generations, because many people in new generation are not aware of that old song. So I think this is also one thing where people are learning about those old songs. I've seen people that they just listen remix and then go back to original songs, that whatever that song was. So this is also a case.
So what is your opinion? Is Bollywood a reflection of society, or is society a reflection of Bollywood?
It's both ways, ma'am. Society is also somewhere following Bollywood. Like we can say in fashion sense, society follow Bollywood, like the Gen Z, we say that the newer generation. And Bollywood is also a reflection of society, because the movies, the songs which are made in Bollywood, they somehow show the current nature of the society in which we live.
Thank you, Divyanshi.
Divyanshi, is this your first interview?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Firstly, congratulations. It's always good to see a study IQ person in front of us. So tell me, how did Study IQ help you in your preparation? What was the one lesson that you learned at Study IQ?
So the lesson I learned from Study IQ is that we have to make our content for exam relevant as well as concise. So these two lessons helped me a lot in preparing for civil services, because we have seen in the coaching industry that many of the times the content get so much of bifurcated, and so much of content is there in market. So I think preciseness and conciseness helped me a lot.
You were a science student in your graduation days. Have you heard of Elon Musk and his mission to Mars?
Yes, sir.
So why is it that humanity finds it easier to go to space, and yet 70% of our oceans are undiscovered or unexplored rather?
Sir, I think that with the ocean, we have not explored that much because of technology. We have not developed that much technology in the ocean sector, and the atmosphere and prevailing conditions in ocean, like the temperature and and another thing is that we have not discovered sea. As far as the oceans are concerned, we have not discovered exactly that. In space we have a lot of information, but as sea, I can't see that we have much information about the...
Any reason that you can link to physics? Let me give you a hint. It's to do with pressure.
Sir, I think that the pressure under the water, that it gets a lot. Like we have planned a Samudrayan mission, but going deeper and deeper into the water creates a lot of pressure, and which can be detrimental if we plan any mission or something. So I think this is also a reason that we have not explored it much.
You mentioned about Samudrayan. So what is India looking to achieve? What is India looking to achieve through the Samudrayan mission, through our deep sea mission?
So first thing is that polymetallic nodules and the minerals which are in the deep sea bed. First is this, and another thing is, sir, it will also increase our provis, that technologically we are that sound. I cannot think of any other things.
You mentioned, so that submersible in deep sea mission, it's known as Matsya 6000. What's the significance of the 6000 in it?
So it will go deeper at 6,000 meter into the ocean. That's why it is 6,000.
And why is 6,000 meters important?
I'm not sure exactly, sir, why it is important.
The polymetallic nodules are found at that depth.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good. So you come from Madhya Pradesh. So tell me whether, in your opinion, Project Cheetah was a success or a failure?
So I think it will be too early to say it's success or failure, because as many of the experts predicted that even 50% of cheetah population would survive, or less than that it would be a success. And I think that the government is doing on its part, that they are conserving the cheetahs in very much possible way they can. And now 24 of the cheetahs are there. So largely it has been successful, but it is too early to say that conclude it successful.
One of the targets of Project Cheetah was to establish meta populations. So what are meta populations?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
All right, okay. One last question for you. I'm going to give you a statement. You give me 2 to 3 policies or government programs that you can think of to either support the statement or reject the statement. Okay. The statement is, technology has done more for women empowerment than any feminist movements.
For supporting this, that technology has brought women to labor field. First is that gig workers. Women are now working as many gig workers. So first is that. Another thing is that through technology, various apps have been formed, due to which government feel more safe, and for the safety of women feel more safe for safety of women. And another thing is, education sector also, that it has also empowered women to like e-learning from technology. It has empowered women. And against.
Okay, take it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Divyanshi.
So, Divyanshi, we come to the end of our formal interaction. Could you just please wait outside for a couple of minutes? We'll call you in.
Yes, sir, sure. Thank you, sir.
Take a seat, Divyanshi.
Thank you, sir.
How many mocks have you done?
So this is my second mock.
Right. And your self-assessment?
Yes, according to me, I need to work a lot on various things. Like I was not aware of some basic things that I should be. So.
Well, the good news, Divyanshi, is that you're a very good candidate, a very promising candidate. You just have to leverage your strengths. Now, one thing which we discussed and we all agreed upon, usually we tell the aspirant to speak up. Here we are telling you to tone down. Because the volume of your voice, now see, the volume of your voice will depend on a lot of factors. The room in which you are in, the acoustics of the room, the age of the people you are facing. So you have to pitch it to the correct level. Today you are pitching it at a level which was too high. So now this level is perfectly good for us at this point of time. But I'll leave it to you. Now that you've understood the concept, please apply it, right? Now, Divyanshi, the point really is, I'll give you some general aspects of this exercise, why it is done, and also some practical tips, because you have enough time, right? 20th March, you have about a month and a half. So too many candidates, make this mistake of thinking that this is a test of knowledge. That if 10 questions are thrown at them and they are able to answer 8, they'll get 80%. Doesn't work like that. Reason is, we are looking for officer-like traits, attributes and characteristics. And what are those? So to start with, integrity. So no bluffing, no guessing, no false claims, no exaggeration. Okay. Then lucidity, by which I mean a well-rounded answer which is very well structured also. How does that come? That comes via analytical ability. Analytical ability means that you just don't read the surface news, you go deep into a topic and get the entire nitty-gritty. Conceptual clarity, that leads to conceptual clarity. Conceptual clarity means that you are like Arjun. With his bow and arrow, he shoots the arrow and it goes straight into the eye of the fish, right? So, essentially we are looking for someone who can answer in a concise fashion, but comprehensive fashion, right? Comprehensive because we don't want to leave out anything important. Balanced opinions are a must, no extreme opinions. Poise and self-confidence, because they will be tested. The journey during the interview is never smooth throughout. There will be bumpy patches. So suppose you are unable to answer 2 or 3 questions, don't let it prey on your mind. Completely forget about it, no baggage, and start with the next question afresh. Self-awareness and awareness of the world around you. And quick thinking, because sometimes a trick question is thrown to you just to see whether you are able to handle it or whether you get flustered. So which newspapers are you reading?
So I'm reading Times of India and Indian Express.
I would suggest you remove Times of India from that list. Put in the Hindu, but concentrate on just one page which is called Text and Context. And also add a financial newspaper. Which TV channels are you seeing?
So I'm seeing YouTube channels, not TV channels. First Post and Al Jazeera, the Start Here series from there for international relations. And the Cut the Clutter on.
All those are very good. I would suggest you add WION also, because that gives you in a capsule form whatever is happening around the world in a rather more objective fashion than Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera has an agenda, as you know, but WION is the better from that angle. Now I come to the practical tips, and please listen very carefully, because for your preparation this is very important. Please take about 100 of these A4 size sheets. right? Questions are going to come from your DAF, from your subject, both the optional and the one which you had in graduation and all, work area if any, and current events. Jot down the likely questions. No one can predict the questions which will come, but this exercise will help you in articulation, in fluency, and discipline. So once you have got those questions, say about 20 questions in each, then focus on each question and master it, each issue. Then reduce it to 4 or 5 bullet points for ease of recall. And then sit in front of a mirror and practice in such a way that you are able to respond clearly, hitting the mark between 1 minute and 1.5 minutes, not more than that. Because you are dealing with very experienced people who know at once whether you know the answer or not. And once you do this, then you will give them ample opportunity to throw supplementary questions also to you. Finally, when you go to the interview board, your mind should be crystal clear, no baggage, no cobwebs, and with a very positive mindset that I have what it takes. I am going to ace this interview, and you will ace it. Best of luck.
Any question from your side?
Yes, sir. I have one question. Sir, Indore has criminalized bagging, and so Bhopal is also on the way to criminalize. So, if a question comes regarding the criminalization of bagging, what would be my opinion? So, what opinion I should give?
Look. This again. You know, you cannot ask someone else's opinion. You have to form your own opinion. That's why the personality test is to see whether you have that capacity to think on your own, right? So don't ask others for answers to your questions. Think about it, come to a rational conclusion, and then present it with logic. That is all that is needed, and with conviction, right? Best of luck. There are two sides to every question. Study it from both angles, come to a conclusion, and then put it forward with all the emphasis on your command. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.